ICE's 2025 Borrower Survey ebook is out, and it offers tons of insights into borrowers, buyers, sellers, and renters. It's 54 pages. I'll give you a quick look of what it looks like, and then I'm going to share some of the data. And in fact, I'm going to do something unusual. So here's what the report looks like. And let me just show you, when I say there's 54 pages of data, this is an example of the data. This one is, when choosing a mortgage lender for your loan, which of the following are most important? And so you really have 54 pages of charts and really, really rich data. Now, it's far too much stuff to try to cover in this short video. And what I'm going to do today, what I'm going to try to do, is I'm going to do 3 short videos covering the 3 major sections in the report. The first section is what borrowers want from their lenders. The second section is giving you insights into buyers and sellers and their motivations and timelines. And then the third video will be insights, which I think is the strongest part of the report, on renters' mindset, what they're thinking, what they fear. So as you talk about what do borrowers want from lenders, I'm only going to cover some of the key points, and I'll put a link to, no, I can't put a link directly to the report, but I can put a link to where you can access the report. You got to put in your email and stuff, and then they'll send you the report. But I'll put a link to that below. So here's some of the key information from what borrowers want from their lenders. And when I give you the percentages, you could, the respondents, by the way, there was 2,200 respondents, of which about 1,200 were renters, 1,000 were people that had bought a house in the last 10 years. And so when I give you the percentages, they're gonna equal well over 100, because the respondents could pick more than one answer. So just know what the number one response is. Number two, you don't have to pay so much attention to the percentages. But 72% said they wanted the number one, the most important thing from their lender was the lowest rate. Not surprising. 50% said, hey, low lender fees are critical. But overall, the majority, well over 70, said overall savings is the most important financing factor when choosing a lender. Most borrowers shop with at least 2 lenders. 65% consider 2 or more lenders, and 21% said they looked at 3 or more lenders. And that's a giant change from the past. In the past, only a small percentage of people actually shopped around. But today, most of your borrowers are shopping around. 52% want a lender that offers a wide variety of loan options, and over 50% are looking for lower down payment options. 66. So this is the good news. 66% of borrowers are most likely to use their previous lender again. Now, that's a really nice thing. That's a huge differentiator. Now, there are all sorts of things go into their ability to find you and use you, but they would be likely to if it was easy to use you again, and that's great news. 84% want personalized communication tailored to their specific situation, so they don't want your generic stuff. They don't want they don't want to be on these generic journeys. They want very tailored communication. With email being the preferred method for 68%. Phone came in second at 65%, and text came in third at 41%. So the majority of your borrowers want to receive emails or phone calls. Contrary to what we hear, we hear that the new communication is text, but that's not true yet. It will be with millennials, though. Now, 63% said fast loan processing is a deciding factor. 36% of the borrowers say, hey, qualifying for a loan is stressful. And 40% said their top pain point. This was a really interesting thing, because the question was, hey, what's the most difficult thing or biggest pain point in buying a house or getting a loan? And I wouldn't have guessed this. The number one is actually scheduling tasks or appointments. It was a struggle for them to be able to show up at the appointment with the lender. It's a struggle for them to have to show up if they're selling a house, say for the appraiser. Like, having to show up for these appointments was their number one concern, their stress point. Really interesting. 58% want online applications that are easy to use, and 44% want a single portal to be able to upload and track their documents. So that's a big change. Nearly 2/3 want an online experience that's easy, and another 45% want a single point of origin to upload all their documents. So it's interesting insights. I covered maybe 10% of the information about what borrowers want from their lenders. You're going to want to check this out. you're definitely going to want to check this out. I will put a link on how you can access the report. I will also do 2 more videos today, and I think the next 2 are the most interesting because it talks about timelines, and then for buyers and sellers, and then motivation, and then it talks about renters, mostly their fears, and you're going to be shocked about what renters think today. With that, I hope you're having a really good day. I appreciate you giving me some of your time. I did put I did do a LinkedIn post, 3 LinkedIn posts I'll do today on these same topics with links. If you want to just get the down and dirty, check out my LinkedIn post. Hope you're having a great day. Check out my next 2 videos on the Borrower Insight Survey. I will talk to you again soon. Thanks so much.